King Charles has been forced to cancel engagements after being hospitalised amid his ongoing treatment for cancer. Juliet Reardon is a royal commentator and joins us now from Sydney. Juliet, g'day. So put this in some context for us. What has been the recent history of the King's health?
Well, we know that the King, it was announced that the King was suffering from cancer last February, and he has been fighting that cancer ever since. He has been having regular treatment. He came back to full-time work around Easter time last year. We will all remember that he came here to Australia on that royal tour. And, you know, he seemed to be trucking along pretty well. So it comes as a bit of a shock, I suppose, that he has had to go to hospital. But I understand that the King was receiving treatment in the morning. That was his normal planned treatment. And he had some adverse reactions, some side effects, and his doctors suggested that he cancel the afternoon's engagements and go to hospital. He did that. He was in hospital for a short period of observation and then returned home. But they then looked at his schedule for the next day, which was a full day. This is Friday in the UK, a full day in Birmingham, and they considered that to be too much. But I understand that he's going to be back with a full schedule next week, although they may scale it back a bit depending on how the King fares over the weekend.
And how has he appeared physically over the past 6 months when he's been in public compared to the previous years?
Look, I think it's fair to say that he does seem a little frailer and tireder than he has in previous years. But we have to understand he's a 76-year-old man undergoing cancer treatment on a weekly basis. It's a lot. His job is a lot. And he is public facing most days. I mean, just this cancelling these particular engagements. He had 3 engagements in the afternoon, meeting ambassadors from foreign nations. And then he had a full day of engagements in Birmingham. So that's a lot to undergo. So I don't think it's that, I think it's pretty understandable that he's a bit tired. But you know, in himself, he seems very happy. He's very positive. He talks to other cancer patients and says, you know, you've got to push through it and show a brave face. And that is exactly what he has been doing. He loves his work. That really shows. And many people behind the scenes have said it's his work that is part of his therapy.
And does he have any particularly significant occasions coming up this year?
Well, yes, only in 2 weeks' time he is going to Italy. And interestingly, we just heard that his and the Queen's meeting with the Pope was cancelled because of the Pope's health. But the actual state visit to Italy is still going ahead for the King and Queen.